I knew it.
Let's
I
see.
knew it.
Well, fortunately, I thought it might come up. Are they
What did I
asking
say
for
earlier?
Scientist Solarian? Is that what it is? Or
I think either or is fine. Everyone will be elated with either.
all right, I haven't done this in a long time. Bear with me. And like DC, there's been a lot of coffee and not much food. Oh my gosh.
And the
I have
very model
I
of
love
a
a
scientist
scientist Solarian. I've studied species Turian, Asari, and Batarian. I'm quite good at genetics as a subject of subset of biology because I am an expert, which I know is a tautology. My xenoscience studies range from urban to agrarian. I am the very model of a scientist Solarian.
Yes.
Wonderful.
You did it.
Sorry, I could
That
Welcome back to Gaming Tonight. I'm your host, Brian, and today's date is November 8th, which means just yesterday was N7 Day, otherwise known as pretty much Mass Effect Day in the gaming community, as a day to celebrate all things Mass Effect, and it's a franchise that absolutely deserves the annual recognition, if not more than that, but that's just me talking. Yesterday was an awesome cast and crew reunion over on Jennifer Hale's channel, and if you missed that, go ahead and click the link in the top right, as this over 2 hours of me reacting to an awesome event with the cast and crew of the Mass Effect trilogy. And yesterday being N7 Day, we were supposed to be anticipating a big announcement of sorts. And 2 days ago, we had made a speculatory video about what that could possibly be, and found out we were right, but we also found out we were wrong because something else was also announced. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the blog that BioWare posted yesterday morning from Casey Hudson, who is the VP over at BioWare and was one of the directors on the original trilogy before he left for Microsoft and came back. But let's go ahead and look at what Casey had to say yesterday during N7 Day. It's tough keeping a big secret, he says, and we really struggle to keep this one a surprise because if you've been familiar with keeping up with rumors, been a lot of retailers posting up, kind of like pre-order box arts, if you will, and they might have been doing that just to wish this into existence, and fortunately, it is now in existence. He says that they've announced the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. We've heard for years your request for a Mass Effect remaster, so we're happy to finally reveal that we've been working on a remastered edition of the Mass Effect trilogy. So for many months now, our team at BioWare has been hard at work updating the textures, shaders, models, effects, and technical features of 3 enormous games. And that's something to keep in mind. When remasters usually get done, they aren't usually done with games of this scope. So a lot of work has to be done from BioWare. I really thought they were probably going to be further along in this project and we would see this by the end of the year. I was hopeful by Thanksgiving. That might have been too much hope right there, but that being said, let's move on. So it's not going to be like a remake of sorts. It's just going to be pretty much putting a lot more polish on the original games and hopefully just fine-tuning some of the aspects of the original game that I didn't find that great. I found out that people do like the Mako. I found out that some people do like the elevator rides. I'm like, okay, you can stay in the elevator. I'm going to go ahead and keep playing the game, all right? The banter's fun, all right? But I'd rather be playing the game, all right? Moving on to what Casey said. He said it's been amazing to see the the adventures of Commander Shepard take on new life in super sharp resolution, faster frame rates, and beautiful visual enhancements. And it's something to be said that modders in the community have done this for free without really a budget. So I'm very hopeful that BioWare can really just kind of put them to shame. And I'm not saying that to put them down. I'm just saying, well, if BioWare takes the time to protect their IP and put a lot of work into this, this could be a very, very well done remaster. It says, game developers, we always hope that our games will transcend their original platforms. Having the opportunity to remaster the trilogy means that the fruits of a decade of our work will live on and will be experienced better and clearer than ever before. Which, that's probably something to keep note of when I go into what consoles this is coming to. Let's just read on here. Mass Effect Legendary Edition will include single-player base content and DLC for Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, plus promo weapons, armors, and packs. So I would imagine the Blood Dragon armor will be there, which I always use during the collector mission because I think that's just like I didn't like using it as the regular single-player stuff, but once we got to the collector base, I thought that was just very, very fitting for Shepard. He says all remastered and optimized for 4K Ultra HD, and it'll be available, and this is the surprising part, in spring 2021 for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC with forward compatibility and targeted enhancements on the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. More information to come in the new year. Now, this is what I wasn't sure about on Friday, how they're going to handle what consoles are going to bring it to, because Mass Effect is a trilogy that I think is just, that'd be a slam dunk on the Switch, because I've been wanting a portable version of Mass Effect. Now with EA Play being a part of Game Pass, it's possible we can get a cloud-based version of it, or at least, yeah, I mean, that won't be the remasters of it at least, but I mean, I was really hoping the Switch or Stadia would be included on this just for the handheld aspect of it. I wasn't surprised that this is going to happen. To be fair, this is not the combination I thought it would be, though, because it's technically not coming out for next gen. It's coming out for current gen as of this video's release, which is the Xbox One and PS4, but it's going to have forward compatibility. So I'm interested to see what kind of enhancements are going to be exclusive to next gen that won't be on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4, but we will find out in time what that will include. And as he concludes here from this aspect, so meanwhile, here at BioWare, a veteran team, this is the new information, here at BioWare, a veteran team has been hard at work envisioning the next chapter of the Mass Effect universe. We are in early stages on the project and can't say any more just yet, but we're looking forward to sharing our vision for where we'll be going next. And down there, if you want to zoom in on this picture, you can definitely see a couple species. I won't spoil that for you, but you can see something in here if you want to look down there. Of course, I'll include the link to this blog in the description as well. In case he finishes saying, for me personally, Mass Effect represents years of work and countless special memories. So every year I feel incredibly fortunate to celebrate N7 Day with players around the world. Thank you so much for supporting us over the years. I can't wait to continue our adventure together, revisiting our favorite memories in the Mass Effect universe and creating brand new ones. Now, I don't know how this Untitled Mass Effect game is going to be done, because I'm trying to remember if we talked about this on Friday or not, but Shepard's story is pretty much done, so I don't know if you continue Shepard's story. I mean, Andromeda seems like the logical next step, but at the same time, it might be like, no, Andromeda's not going to be what they're going for because they nixed the DLC that they were going to do. So what is their ultimate plan here for the next Mass Effect game? Now, unfortunately for me, they did not give enough information here to really do, okay, here we go. What can we, start to speculate on? We really can't. It's just that a veteran team has been hard at work. So, I mean, whether this veteran team consists of people that has been working on Anthem, whether it's people that worked on Andromeda at some point, or if it's people that were part of the original trilogy, we'll see for sure. But I'm excited for the remaster. What system will you guys be picking up the remaster? What are you hoping to see from the next Mass Effect game? It's good to hear that BioWare is going to be jumping back in the Mass Effect universe at some point with a brand new title, hopefully kind of redeeming themselves after Andromeda. I think over time, it's definitely gained mixed feelings from both camps, whether you really hated Andromeda or come to like it, or kind of looked at parts of Andromeda like, okay, they did this really well, but they kind of let this on, too much of a cliffhanger of sorts. There's kind of a hole here. It's an interesting story that constantly evolves over time. When Andromeda first came out, it wasn't the greatest of reviews for the game, if you will. A lot of technical aspects were definitely lacking. The game itself had a lot of people uninterested, and like I said, those technical aspects really kind of took a lot of people out of the moment and kind of looked at BioWare as like, okay, so you really phoned it in here. And some people just weren't ready to let go of Shepard. I mean, after those 3 games, I still kind of want that story to continue. I still want stories with Garrus and everything like that. Like, again, we can't necessarily always have it. I think if you really look at the trilogy itself, it kind of ends on a neat note. Yes, the Reaper threat's gone, but damn, you love those characters. You grew so much with them. You spent so much time with them. So I want to know what your thoughts are on the next Mass Effect game. What are you hoping for? Are you picking up the remaster? Are you disappointed by that announcement? And did you watch the cast and crew reunion special? Because if you haven't, again, watch it. It's a very fun 2 hours. You get to see a lot of line readings. You get to kind of get a little more inside information about the game itself and how some of the writing processes went, how it was to work with the directors and stuff like that from the point of view of like Mark Meer and Jennifer Hale. So definitely check that out. And we'll be streaming the Mass Effect, the first game. We'll be continuing that over on our Twitch at twitch.tv/Brian Evolved. We started off yesterday. We started with Male Shep. We're going on Paragon run this time. Maybe. I don't know. I punched the doctor on Eden Prime. I always do that, though. I always do it. That's the only renegade move I'm consistently doing, is beating the hell out of that doctor just to shut him up and make him go to sleep. All right. In the meantime, if you haven't already, like this video, dislike it if you didn't like it, and of course, share it, subscribe, all that fun, easy stuff that you can do for free. But in the meantime, we'll catch you down the road.